Hello and welcome to my channel, and I'm in my workshop as you can see, and I'm working and I'm making something, but I've had to take time out of my life again for Starmer because I know he started with these digital IDs, and I just do not believe they are going to stop any illegal entry to this country, and that it's not for the reason that he says it is. And he's got this pretense that it's always going to speed stuff up, like we're begging for everything to be speeded up. Ever since all this digital stuff has come in, and all things like, you know, for your car tax, for your insurance, it slowed everything down. So you used to get your car tax, didn't you? You had a little thing on the front of the car that told you when you'd run out, so you knew you could check it when you went down to the post office. But now it's all digital, and you can still go to the post office, but they're trying to get rid of that, aren't they now? And so then you say to insure your car, you used to go to insurance brokers, everything was as simple as anything. Now it's all passwords and everything, and struggle to get on, and you know, you've got to have an internet connection. So it's all this digital is not speeding anything up. This is what they're trying to say, that it's going to be so convenient for us and we're going to love it. So let's talk through the cons of having a digital ID.
So here we have Starmer's sticking plaster. Instead of getting to the root of the problem and stopping people entering the country illegally, he's telling us that we need an ID scheme and this will stop it. Well, why not stop it from that? Why do we need to all get involved in it? He's, again, clutching at straws because he has no idea how to stop people coming in, or any idea with other things to run the country. And so he said this scheme is making it tougher to work illegally in this country. Well, a lot of them are coming in and not working anyway, so that's absolutely irrelevant. I mean, at least if they're coming in and working, at least they're working, so that why are we wanting to stop those ones? But that's the ones he's going for. But he's already told you, it says making it tougher to work illegally in this country. So he's not saying he's going to stop any people coming in. He's just telling the ones that come in that will actually do a bit of work, he's going to stop that. But the ones that don't want to work, that they're not going to stop. So you're going to give away all your freedoms. You're going to have this digital ID, which will blossom into something else. That's guaranteed. It always does with them. And you're going to have all your information in one place for absolutely no reason, because he's not stopping anything. So he says, ensuring digital IDs is mandatory for right to work checks. And he says ending the need for complicated identity checks, which often rely on copies of paper records. Well, paper records have done very well for many years before the internet came in. And it isn't complicated, is it? We go on abroad quite a lot, and you just hand your passport over, and it's quite simple. And if they turn around and say, oh, well, you know, passports, they can be copied, so can digital identities. And then they say about the driving licence, the police officer stops you, can I see your driving licence? Yes, there you go. Even if you haven't got it on you, they will give you 7 days to go to a police station and produce that. So there's absolutely no complication whatsoever. So this is another lie by Starmer to push you forward for something that's not needed. And the other way he pushes it, he's always saying, oh, it'll be quicker, it'll be more convenient, like everybody has to rush through their life. But actually, the more we are doing online and the more we are doing digitally, is everything's slowing down. So like for taxing your car, you forget about it because you haven't got it. You used to have it on the front of your car, and then you used to go to the post office, as simple as anything, and get it taxed. And also you communicate with people, and that is obviously so beneficial, especially for elderly people. But now everything's online. They are going to try and push it out of the post office. In fact, things like the driving licence is now £10 cheaper if you get it online than if you walk into the post office. So they are now trying to get rid of the post office. And things like your car insurance, it's like a living hell getting it now, where it used to be you just walked into a broker's. So all this digital stuff is not speeding everything up, as he tries to claim that everybody wants to do. And the other thing, it's not safe. So for example, like the DVLA, majority of people will have surely got a private parking ticket. I know I've got them. How did they get our details? From the DVLA. So that's not a police officer that's contacting them or a government body. That is just a private person. So that private person's got your details. And so who are they going to sell that to? The cons are loss of privacy. Every move, purchase and interaction could be logged and monitored. A centralized control. Whoever runs the system holds enormous power over your daily life. Data breaches. Huge data breaches are irresistible targets for hackers, risking your identity. identity. Well, that's happened loads of times, as we already know. Exclusion, no ID, no access. People could be locked out of work, healthcare, travel, or even shopping. And freedom erosion. Once digital ID becomes required, reversing it will almost be impossible. And you see these people commenting on Facebook, and they go, oh, well, we've already got that in Germany, and people say, oh, well, we've already got the, on your phones and stuff like that. And instead of reversing and saying, well, yeah, we've already got it, it's getting pretty bad, they just accept it, accept some more added on. Oh, well, we've already got that. They should be turning around and saying, well, we should be making a stop to this. There should be a law of these people being able to access every single thing about it. It's like cameras, when you see the CCTV and the speed cameras, and these people will put the comments on, if you're doing nothing wrong, you shouldn't bother about it. Well, I'm doing nothing wrong when I go to the toilet or a shower, but I don't want, CCTV and filming. And it's like up at Ribblehead now, there's a camera up there. I think I go up there to get away from the internet, to get away from the nonsense. I'm not doing anything wrong. I've done no criminal activity whatsoever. I just do not want filming, every little part of my life filming. Now, there has been a bit of good news, there has been a fight back against it. Obviously, Reform are fighting against it and don't agree with it. But even the Liberal Democrats said they can't support a mandatory digital ID where people are forced to turn over their private data just to go about their daily lives. People shouldn't be turned into criminals just because they can't have a digital ID or choose not to. This will be especially worrying to millions of older people, people living in poverty, and disabled people who are more likely to be digitally excluded. And whilst I agree those groups will be affected, it's all of us that some people just do not want it. They don't have to have a reason. They don't have to have a disability. They just don't want it. Why should they have it? Why should I be tracked? Because the government cannot stop people entering the country illegally, and that's it. He can't do it. He can't manage the job. So as I say from the beginning, he's just putting a sticking plaster over it. And here you have Lisa Nandy telling you it's going to help. It's not going to stop. They're already telling you it's going to help.
Secretary Lisa Nandy has been out defending it this morning.
We think there's a really positive element of this to a lot of people across the United Kingdom, but it also will help us to deal with something that's of significant concern to a lot of people, including many of your viewers, and that's illegal migration.
So there you go, more lies by this government. That is absolutely out of their depth. They just are absolutely incompetent. So they're saying that you're going to do all this, it's more laws. How many millions is this going to cost? We've no money as it is. Yeah, they're going to do this, and it's good. And they've told you themselves, it's going to help. They can't. He can't even. Well, he stands there with all his daft talk of what this is going to do. He never turned round at one point and said, this is going to stop everybody illegally entering this country. He didn't even say anything, words to that effect. He says it's going to help. So there's a petition out and it's gathering pace, so please make sure you sign it and please make sure you share it, and don't just sit there and let others do the work for you. Make a stand about this, because if it comes in, it will never get reversed and it will only get worse. And I'm busy in my day. I don't want to be making these videos. I have to do things, but I think we all need to make a stand. I'm fighting the North Yorkshire Police about how they failed our family, so I've got enough taking on the government without this. But I just thought I cannot not do it, because it's just absolutely, Starmer is just absolutely out of control. So I know you get a load of abuse from people that don't agree with you and are on Labour's side and think it's a wonderful idea. But at the end of the day, a lot of people now don't allow you to have an opinion. But you've got to make a stand on this one. I think it's one of the biggest things ever, because God, I couldn't think of anything worse than Starmer having all my details. And people say, oh well, you've got an iPad, I don't have a smartphone, you've got this, he's got them already. Well, that's more to the point then, isn't it? It's getting too far. So let's start reversing it instead of adding things on. Put a link to the petition in the description below. Thank you very much. Bye.